know this isn't my usual background. I'm usually in my bedroom. I know. But, hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Casual Curiosity. I'm sorry, it's been a minute. I'm gonna be a little fumbly with my words. But, this is kind of just a little insight into why I've been out. I've been on winter break, I've been doing things. I'm actually currently at one of my relatives' houses, staying for a little bit. But yeah, otherwise, I hope you all are doing well. And today, I'm going to be starting my next series. Also, another little mention, a footnote, I guess, to have. I am currently recording on my laptop. So, if the audio is bad, my bad. I just wanted to test and see if it was as good as people say. I heard the recording's supposed to be better on here, as opposed to me having my phone. But, yeah. Anyway, also I'm in my pajamas, my bad. But anyway, today we are going to be starting my new series. You'll see me look over here, like to the side of the screen, because I have my research on the side. But today we're going to be starting my new series about, sorry if you heard that dog barking in the background. My new series about change. As you know, my last series was, sorry for all the movement. So as you know, my last series was about the afterlife. And now I'm going to be starting my new series, which again, I know the first series was 5 episodes. For new viewers, I did my first series about dreams, which was 5 episodes. My second series, which I just said was about religion, which was 4 episodes. And now we're going to talk about change. I'll get into that in a moment. For my new viewers, hi, I'm Casual Curiosity. If this is the first time viewing my channel, welcome in. Nice to see you. And yeah, that's all. Anyway, disclaimer before I start discussing what change is. I don't know what is a good place for me to hold. Right here, I think it's fine. Just a disclaimer. I'm not, here to give people therapy or clinical advice or, psychology. I'm just talking about change, which is a universal human experience. And based on, my own observation and research, and I've done, I've read a few articles and such. And everyone experiences change in their own way, and I feel like it's a good topic that needs to be talked about more, about how people handle it, and how some people like it, some people don't, which actually will be the episodes I have following this one. This will just be an introduction for the basics, and I'll just give, definition, etc. So this will just be an introduction. Second video will be diving into how people handle it, and then the third episode will be why people resist it or why people enjoy it, and then I'll do a recap overall. And like I said, I'm not a psychologist, therapist, I'm just speaking from what I think. I'll be sharing advice, and I'll be sharing, I'm going to maybe put visuals, maybe when I'm editing, or text or whatever. I'll be sharing advice personally, I guess, and then research and stuff like that. Get a little bit of both. This video may be shorter, but considering I've yapped this much for the intro, it probably won't be. But anyway, we're going to do my usual, start off with a textbook definition, basic terms. Actually, wait. Yeah, okay. Basic terms. Change is something I guess this is more of the psychological definition. Change is something someone experiences at some point in their life, right? Again, whether, it's maybe, I guess examples would be moving houses, losing friends, gaining friends, building new relationships, losing relationships, changing your own beliefs, as I talked about in my last series, and even just changing within yourself, not necessarily something exterior, more something inside of you, But anyway, to the basic term definition, if you were to just look up what is change. Change is the process of something becoming different over time. It can be difficult for some, or easier for others. And it affects the circumstances, environments, relationships, personal identity of whoever it affects. So say if it's something affected me, say I lost something that I liked a lot. I would change and be affected by that because I'd be like, okay, I just lost something I really like, and now I'm sad about that. But anyway, change can be forced or intentional, or something gradual over time, or something just sudden and just hits you. And then lastly, it can be positive, negative, so on and so forth. But one overall universal definition of change is it is inevitable. It will happen. No one is safe from change, whether it be good change, bad change, tomato. Change doesn't choose, I guess. You don't have a choice. You will experience change at some point in your life. Maybe you'll go through like the first 10 years of your life. Okay, everything's stayed the same. I haven't had anything drastically happen, positive or negative. And then you get hit with something really, really bad, really good, I guess. Anyway, some key characteristics of change. As I just said, 1, it's inevitable. Change happens whether we want it to or not. And as a person who struggles with, handling change, I really ironically, I really want to change and, get used to it. But anyway, unpredictable. Change is undoubtedly unpredictable. And, again, like I said, you can't choose to deal with it or not. You can't just be like, oh no, I want this to stay the same. Things will just happen and you can't prevent it. Another one. Change is very transformative. It can alter you, obviously. That's its whole definition. But it often, reshapes maybe how you think, maybe how you act, or how you see yourself. It can affect you in many ways. And then lastly, of course, emotional. You're gonna be excited, afraid, relieved, or just, a combination of all of them. I guess as, obviously, if someone passes away, you're going to be deeply affected. That's a change in your life. You're going to be, altered by that. Obviously, it's not a permanent... Well, it's not going to be a... I don't know how to say it. It's not going to be something that restricts you for very long. It obviously depends on the relationship you had with that person. I don't know how to phrase it. I don't know where I was going with that. But... please don't take it the wrong way, guys. I didn't mean it like that. I meant, I guess change will help it, to deal with grief. Grief is a type of change. It's, I guess, how you cope with things. I don't personally cope with change well, especially negative changes, and I've experienced a lot of those. But I guess one way to really cope with, negative changes as person... Well, I'll get into that more in depth and, personal side into my next video. But... I feel like to cope with change, you just have to, realize that things won't always be the same. You can try as hard as you want for them to be the same, but eventually time will catch up to you, and you'll get smacked in the face with some kind of change. Or blessed with some kind of change. It really depends. But, yeah. And that'll be it for our introduction. Sorry if it was a whole yap. I haven't recorded in a while, so I just kind of wanted to get a feeler and see. Anyway, in the next video, I will be talking about how people handle and cope with change. So, if you're more of okay, I'll deal with it this way, I'll deal with it that way. And anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it's been a minute. I will try to, again, you might see me in the same outfit. It's kind of a theme on this channel. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed. Stay curious, guys. Bye.